Julia Hugo. She was one of the students in the first graduating class, the class teacher, Bonnie Weidman, who's also here with us tonight. And I'm just going to let Julia tell her story. But tonight is kind of focused on alumni, what they're doing, how Pleasant Ridge played a role in their life, that sort of thing. So here's Julia.
So first of all, I didn't know I was going to use a mic, so I'm going to adjust a little bit. Second of all, I didn't know Jacob was going to talk so much at the start of tonight, so no giving Vince or Don the microphone. We're done. We're done. Thirdly, Jacob, I went into my attic today and dug out the t-shirt from your first event, your first trip, 1991, covered in oil from a tractor, making hay. So here it is. Thanks for storing all that stuff in the attic for so long, Mom, or in the granary. No. So my name is Julia. I was a member of Bonnie's, the first group of first graders who made it through 8 years here at the school. And Mary talked to me quite a while ago about talking here. And for quite a while, I maybe put off. Well, it was really hard for me to narrow the scope of the message, knowing full well that the audience here was going to be so diverse. And it was actually yesterday that I finally said, okay, this is getting ridiculous, and I need to pull this together. And I went back to exactly what Mary told me to do, which is to say, you should just tell your story. What do you remember? And so I have, for the first time since I was in high school, actually written something out, which is not something I normally do. So bear with me if I drop my papers or something here. It usually doesn't happen like this, especially the microphone. My first day in first grade was held in the front half of the old main building. The other class and the other half of the grade school was located in the back portion of the building. I don't remember this day at all, but the unique smell and feel and shape of that space is deeply engraved in my memory. Soft colors and beeswax and basement mold. Although photo evidence tells me my parents, still dairy farming at the time, drove us to school on our first day, most days my brothers and I rode the Westby bus for an hour and a half each way. This would require at least 2 bus transfers and allow a lot of time to think about snacks. Or anything else that could be a little bit more interesting out the window. Because the majority of the kids who rode the bus attended the public school, the bus ride also gave us a lot of time to start to think about what it means to be different. And later, how do you gracefully negotiate being different? On my first day of school, I joined a collection of fellow first graders and the already existing second grade class. We were a combined class for only that year. The following year, the top half of the class moved into Michael Wright's room, while Bonnie welcomed a new batch of first graders into her fold. The remainder was the group I would spend every school day with for the next 7 years. Over the course of my 8th grade school years, Bonnie held her main lessons in 6 different classrooms and in 3 different buildings. After the school outgrew the original campus, our class would walk to and from the Methodist Church every day for my 5th and 6th grade years. Our classroom was in the basement of the church and separate from the rest of the school. Of course, I had little idea what it actually took for Bonnie and her community of class parents to make our education a reality. What I saw and felt was love and growth and courageous effort and creation. I remember being loved by a community of mothers and fathers. I remember feeling like my classmates were my siblings. I remember random parents forcing us out the door to do something while they joined teachers in creating a beautiful and nurturing festivals and fundraisers. I remember a lot of mud and bare feet in the basement of the old main building, well, baking bread for May Day. Even when very young, I remember knowing the difference between a moment of near sacred silence and when I was allowed to run wild. I clearly remember feeling a part of something truly wonderful, something that my whole family was a part of. Somewhere in the middle of all this activity and structure and classroom time, my moral compass was solidified. During my time at the school, I was asked to be curious and kind, and later to be courageous and bold. It happened while learning respect and responsibility in my classroom. It happened while riding the bus, while at 4-H meetings, while playing organized sports, all the places where a rural Wisconsin kid first notices that we don't all think alike. This school taught me that this is okay. Even in small town America, we aren't going to all think alike. My Waldorf education gave me the skills to observe, to engage respectfully, and then to be bold enough to take action or to humbly step away. I am confident that the self-awareness that I felt when I graduated from 8th grade and later after my senior year of high school is very much due to the skill set that I learned while attending Waldorf schools. After Pleasant Ridge, I attended Youth Initiative High School. After Youth Initiative High School, most of us didn't know if colleges would accept any of us, with our 3-inch thick binders full of written evaluations and hand-drawn college application cover letters. But they did. Almost all of them did. I was given the opportunity to become an elite female athlete at a small college in Nova Scotia, Canada. Later, I traveled with my brother, Jacob, through Eastern Europe after he graduated from the American University in Bulgaria, helped start and run an outdoor Shakespearean theater company in North Carolina, and was a key staff member at a nationally renowned organic farm. I taught in a rural Argentine Waldorf school, coached numerous hockey teams, worked alongside the management team at Organic Valley, and became a wife and a mother. At nearly every stop on this journey, my unique rural Wisconsin Waldorf education has served me over and over again. I know this to be true for so many of my classmates as well. Out of a childhood of magic and imaginative play came creative problem solving and courage. And perhaps most importantly, a commitment to recognizing the humanity in each of us. When I became a parent, I realized I really didn't know anything about anything. And for the first time, I understood that there was no way I was going to raise my daughters without the active support of a community of other parents and teachers. Last fall, after a lot of debate, my husband and I decided to send our daughter to this school. We were curious about how the school would meet the unique needs of our powerful child. Oh, Benny. The school has changed a lot since I was a student here. Kids wear shoes. There are no more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle t-shirts. And teachers get paid more often than not. I understand that an institution has to grow up. They get bigger, they get more organized, and if it's done right, they find ways to maintain their flexibility. It's a natural process of growth. As an alumni re-entering the school as a parent, I learned to remind myself that 20 years of growth has happened since I was part of this community. Of course, the character of the school has changed because the people at the school have changed. As an alumni parent, I also know what it takes to run an independent school. I know that the unique nature of this education depends highly on the quality of the teacher who has chosen to carry a class for 8 years. I know that as a parent, if I don't engage in the financial and social health of this school, there's a good chance that my child will not reap the full extent of the benefits that an education at this school allows. I know that if I sign up for being a part of this, I need to commit to making it work for my child and for the children of the other families. I know that if I'm a key player in creating the nurturing environment that allows for this sort of education I hope for my child. So deciding to send my child here was a big decision, even as an alumni. However, when we met with Miss Anne Marie and Miss Heidi at the start of Penny's kindergarten year, we heard things like, and if I could do Anne Marie's accent, I would do it right now, because it's so wonderful. Our intention is to create a warm and nurturing environment for creative growth. And we like to see children empowered to start and finish a project on their own, like their lunches. And we want to allow them to engage in real, tangible projects where they're asked to work together on something in a respectful manner. Creative thought and problem solving, thinking outside the box, commitment to finishing a job well done, working in community, taking charge of how our emotional state impacts a group of people. These are the hard sought-after traits of aware and caring adults and future leaders. Do I believe that a Waldorf education is the only place where a child can gain this skill set, the skill set needed to be an aware and caring adult? No. But I do believe that the unique nature of this educational philosophy, matched with the rural character of this community, is genuinely special. It is outside the box and demands real face-to-face commitment by the adults involved. So for now, I'm once again counting on the skills that I learned here at Pleasant Ridge in Bonnie's classroom. Creative problem solving, the courage to be bold, commitment to engagement, dirt is no big deal. Don't take yourself too seriously. Play music every day. Get creative with your discipline. I mean, you know, get creative with your discipline. All of it. On behalf of my class, and I did reach out to a number of the classmates who I graduated with randomly over the last 48 hours. There was so much gratitude, and there was, I think every single one of them finished up their brief interaction, email communication with me with saying, we just feel so grateful that Bonnie and our parents fought for our class to exist for those full 8 years. And so thank you to those people who were involved with that.